Welcome back to another episode of Extinct Disney Ride Lore. Today we'll find our dreams and our figment of imagination as we travel back to 1983 to see the genesis of one of the most popular original Disney IPs ever made. Most modern day fans know this pavilion as being the short and weird attraction they'll ride while waiting for their dinner reservations in World Showcase, but they don't know the history or the mystique of the original Journey into Imagination. So hopefully here I could shed some light on an integral part of not just mine but so many other childhoods, while also trying to do justice to what some might call the perfect Disney ride. So without further ado, let's look at the first spark of inspiration for Journey into Imagination. While Epcot opened in 1982, Journey into Imagination was not only a late addition to Epcot, but a late addition to the planning stages of the park in general. Imagineer Tony Baxter's idea for the Land Pavilion were turned down and was given the difficult task of making an entire attraction off the premise of imagination. He and his team took 6 months to gather ideas and brainstorm on how to best construct the idea for this new ride. Like most things in Disney, they recycled ideas from unused projects. In this case, they took inspiration from an unbuilt land called Discovery Bay in California. An attraction in that land was supposed to be called Mr. Marvel's House of Illusion. Mr. Marvel would have been a bearded scientist who bred dragons, which morphed itself into what we know today as Dreamfinder and Figment. Figment was also inspired by an episode of Magnum P.I. Magnum was hiding a goat in his garden, and his butler Higgins had noticed that all the plants were uprooted. When he went to tell Magnum of the mess, he tells Higgins, "This is all a figment of your imagination." To which Higgins responds, "Figments don't eat grass. We should all aspire to be more like Higgins." Sponsorships in Disney attractions are nothing new, but for early Epcot, it was pretty much a necessity. With the park being grossly over budget and Disney in general not being the money printing machine it is today, they needed to find bigger businesses to subsidize their rides. Unfortunately, when someone else is paying the bill, they have final say in what does and doesn't get built. Kodak Film had a major say in the construction as well as other attractions being built in Epcot. One such change was the color of Figment. Originally, the mascot was supposed to be green instead of having a royal purple pigment. Seems like an odd request on the surface until you realize the reasoning for the change. Green is the color of Fujifilm, which is one of their biggest competitors, but the pettiness doesn't stop there. Kodak also stopped a roller coaster in the Japan Pavilion from being built, since it would have been sponsored by Fujifilm. But even getting Kodak on board couldn't stop the delays and setbacks that contributed to the attraction being opened in 1983 instead of 1982. Most notably, the turntable at the beginning of the ride where Figment and Dreamfinder are being introduced would face constant breakdowns, as well as complications with the scrapped concept of having a high-speed section in the horror and finale sections of the ride. Part of the deal with Kodak is that by the turn of the century, Journey into Imagination would receive a massive update. With the attraction showing its age, it wouldn't take Disney much convincing to overhaul this beloved attraction, but things would not go exactly to plan. With the popularity of the movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Disney decided to tie in the new Imagination Pavilion with the feature film. In 2001, Journey into Your Imagination opened. Disney cut the ride duration from 11 minutes to 5, and started the experience off by telling the audience that they lacked imagination. Needless to say, the changes were wildly unpopular. The once colorful and imaginative attraction had become a lackluster monochrome mess. Disney quickly course-corrected, and by 2002, we had Journey into Imagination with Figment. This is still one of the least popular rides in Disney World, but I guess you could call it an upgrade over its predecessor. Journey into Imagination made an original idea not found outside the parks a must-see destination. Over the years, it has become a shell of itself, and with many fans like myself, hoping for anything resembling the attraction that inspired so many others, this channel included. All it takes is one little spark. But that'll do it for this episode of Extinct Disney Ride Lore. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did making it, and hopefully I'll see you on another upload. But until next time, drop a like if you enjoyed this, subscribe if I earned it, and thank you for watching.